Hello folks and welcome back of course to what is going to be the second map of this best of 3. I do apologise for the delay and the fact we missed the pistol. Unfortunately there have been some server shenanigans, as you may have seen. Lots and lots of services are being affected right now due to an outage just going on sort of with the server provider. So it has caused some shenanigans to say the least. That said, I think the game is live. I'm in all honesty, I'm not too sure. We're waiting for an update right now, but I saw they were playing some CS and I thought, well, we might as well show it to you. If they're not live, they're not live. If they are live, well, at least we caught it. So we're going to see how things go. But we do see another pause, and that seems to be a recurring trend. I do know that there are some server changes and such being organised, so it is just a waiting game to see kind of what's going to happen if we're playing here, kind of what the deal is. Once I know that, I'll by all means let you guys know as well. I appreciate, of course, there is a 60-second delay, which means that it's going to make life a little difficult with you guys responding immediately, but I do appreciate the patience as we do try and figure this one out. Kivo Esports, I see your question. Do you know where Asurus and INTZ will be streamed? It's a great question. Let me have a look for you, and I will try and figure it out. Just going to whip up the schedule here while we look at this pause. It looks like it hasn't actually been figured out yet, but it'll be on one of the StarLadder streams. It'll either be on StarLadder CS1, 2, or 3. So there is a potential chance it might be on the 4th channel, which will be slightly different. But as always, the best place to check is going to be HLTV. It's definitely a shame we didn't get to catch the end of the OT. It was, according to HLTV at least, quite the thriller. We'll see a 25-23 scoreline in the end that favoured, fortunately for Redemption, the INTZ lineup. Just waiting to hear if we are going live again though. I apologise if you can hear the rampant typing. Typically, spend less time typing and more time casting, but trying to figure this all out for you at the same time. So, really living by the laid-back approach that I promised to bring you all this evening. Looks like I'm going to see a round restore on this round, 3-0. We are, of course, missing one of the players now as well, so that will add to the delay. So, what we're going to do, instead of me rambling at you, we are going to head to another short break, and we'll be right back when we are finally confirmed, good to go live, and we'll try and dive right on in, so it will be quite the map of Nuke.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
That's actually 10 out of 10. That's, I say that, and then I thought they were just about to go live, so we've come right back at you again. We're going to dive into this, thinking that we'd gone to a break just as the game was going to start. And then they've stabbed each other in the back. So it's not quite what we were expecting. Do get to see some B-hops on the head though, so at least there's that. Now we are going to see the round restore back again. So hopefully, knock on wood, we'll actually get to go live this time. Josh, I totally hear you, buddy, but unfortunately, these things are just out of our control. I know the team are hard at work at trying to get this one as smooth as possible. But these things take time. But there we go. Looks like the unpause has come through. We'll have to see if anyone does decide to stab each other. Otherwise, we should be good to go into what will be round 4 of this matchup. A 3-0 scoreline. Favouring Redemption so far. T-side, of course, back on the full buy again. AKs and such are in play. Yeah, looks like we are all set. Here we go. Molly coming straight towards door, just denying any sort of early pressure from the Redemption side, as we are going to see the push come in towards outside. The wall of smoke straight down into Secret. That's going to allow them some real pressure on towards B. We can see the Redemption are starting to get an eye for what's coming, and well, if he's going to spot it, only getting one for his troubles, but hey, a kill there is at least something. It could have been nothing. KNG, though, finding just another in the vent is going to make life a little more difficult now for Redemption as they start to lose control of the site itself. 2 players trapped towards ramp, and with Molly and smokes galore, no way for them to get back into the site. Now it's all in the 1v1. Yell to win that as well. Things go from bad to worse. Redemption up against a wall here. They stand at 2 versus 4. They're going to retake their way on towards B, with ramp really being their only major avenue. You can already see they began to walk on away. Conceding this round, I think T-side will get themselves one. I'm actually kind of jealous of Josh. He's sat there with a bass guitar having the time of his life, waiting for this match to kick off. You can't really complain with that, can you? We're actually going to hunt for him as well. The flash is kind of perfect. That's going to be unfortunate. We do hide behind the tyres, so flash isn't going to be all that bad. Spotted, UMP gets 1, so some money in the bank, but will be instantly traded. Remix finding just another as, well, he's got stuck on a dead body. So, that's always what you want to see. Nonetheless, great start for the T-side now. Got to start somewhere, right? Getting that first round on the board early on. Going to be a huge boon for their T-side as they look to build up from here. The only concern, of course, is if they do just drop around immediately, allow Redemption to get 4-1, 5-1, and really try to run away with the economic advantage. Of course, early utility comes into play. It will be the frag grenade Molly combination towards the door. That is just going to open things up a little bit for them on towards A. See if they can get that pick of anyone that might be crossing, playing towards the sort of hut area. Really just gives them a few more options, which at the end of the day, when you're on the T side, options are key. Looking for those opening picks. Well, that's a lovely molly. That's going to force a smoke, surely. Almost trying to bait him out there, but instead a second smoke will be thrown. Meanwhile, KNG with the AWP will crack open a kill. Oh yeah, patience working out wonders there. Every frag going the way of the T side so far. A little bit of presence towards heaven, but that was quickly relinquished. As Cryo made the decision to drop down. Instead, try and take to a fight towards someone like Destiny. In reality, it's all going to be about saving here if you're Redemption. You want to carry that money forward. Some damage on the way out is definitely helpful, but the problem is, once your position's known, it becomes a bit of a hard sell. Cryo paying the heaviest of prices for that kill in the end. Leaving just Ali now. Thankfully, a good position for him, and he's not really going to be given a chance to take a few shots either. He's just going to keep quiet. I even throwing the AWP out the map as well, just to be sure.
Terrorists win.
3-2 now. Good progress so far from the T side. Once more, we will start to see some pushes come through, but for the most part, it's going to be built up towards ramp. Cello, of course, going to bag the bomb plant, which is even better in this 5-on-5 scenario. Now, the only upside Redemption have is that they are on a lot of pistols. That can sort of encourage them to get a little bit more aggressive together as a group here, see if they can maybe take advantage of one or two players with the CZs and such. Unfortunately, though, shots aren't quite connecting. You see there with the Deagle, will only be a bit of damage to Yell. That will be all. Maybe some exit frags there on the table. That's kind of what we can look at now. Just KNG going to catch one. Just looking through the crack of the door. Only putting in a little bit of work, but this is not a winnable round. You're just going to lose some weaponry here. Pretty much wrapped up here. Keeping a close eye on Remix, he was a player that popped off incredibly so in the last map. I mean, I think it's fair to say he was probably the driving force behind Redemption being able to force it to OT like that. Really delivered some incredible rounds in standard time. Unfortunately, we didn't get to catch really sort of how things played out on OT, so can't comment on his impact there, but just during the 30 rounds that we did witness, it really was quite something. Lots of volleys being thrown, that's going to cause a problem. Instantly pushing FB back, he's now out of position. Smoke's being thrown as well, is going to start raising some flags on what exactly the play is going to be from this T side. Redemption just sitting back, waiting, spraying away. I can't believe he's just got that kill. Using the volley on top to force him out of position, then aware of that fact, they spam through blue. And somehow they get a kill. Ali will go diving through a molly, meanwhile that will trade things right back at them. More to be done as the L will then dip and dive, and it's aggression from the CT side that's working wonders for them. Well, the B site is theirs, and at least there's that. Ali, let's try and make things a little more difficult though. Holds the angle, 1 and 2. Yell just 4 HP, this one should well be in the bag. Yell playing it safe at least. Just going to walk down through secret, see what he can find. Walking right into the crosshair of the Org that's just found the easiest kill. It was 4 HP. Not much for the Org, just a simple tap anywhere on the body will do that. And that brings us here. Now, the benefit for Redemption, of course, they've not allowed the T side to build up an advantage. Plus, they've kept their money in check. Gives them a great opportunity here to push for a 5-3 scoreline. And then try and double up on them for 6-3 as well while they're on that limited money. So all in all, pretty good situation for the CTs, if they can take advantage of it. With that said, the team play really has been unrivaled from this T side, whereas Redemption, they're able to build a lot more firepower, but I feel like they struggle in the sort of communication department. Great nade though. Cello and KNG both taking almost 40 HP of damage from that. He's going to pop him just to bite the bullet, make the push happen. So far, not so good. Maybe a triple kill for the Org. Yep, there you have it. Might even go for a 4th. Nope, the trade will come through. KNG finding a godlike shot on towards Cryo. May well have saved the day as it brings us full circle back to a 2-on-2. They're going to clear out the rafters, make sure everything is locked down. Molly will come towards upper as well. That should guarantee the bomb plant.
Bomb has been
Now just a matter of time. KNG holding patiently so, waiting for Remix to waltz on into his crosshair. Meanwhile, show the responsibility of upper. It is all going to be a matter of timing. They've got to make the push together. So far, not so good though. Kill will come through for one, leaving now just Remix. Molly not so pretty either, won't force him out of position. Cello makes the swing, and wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's going to be a round for the T-side. Rootmaster, I appreciate that, buddy. It's been nice. I took a little hiatus just to figure things out in my personal life. It's good to be back now behind the mic and doing what I feel like I do best, which is always good fun. Been at this thing for a few years now. It's always nice to be able to have an involvement in the minors somehow. That said, let's not miss too much of the CS. Again, it's the same aggressive A play. He's got himself down vent. He took so much damage there, but he did get it through vent. They're going to get killed for their troubles as well. We will see some counter-aggression from the CT side that eventually trades things out, but one will ask the question, is it too little too late? Are they even aware that someone actually got into vent? Or is it just going to be a scenario of what if? Well, there's our answer. KNG waits for the rotator, catches him with his pants down, and, well, a huge advantage comes into play. Oh, don't kill your teammate, buddy, not like this. So damn close. How are they still standing? Destiny is flicking around. Pulls a kill out of nowhere. That is not one you want to lose if you're Redemption. Some of those shields were just not quite what you want to see. An immediate pause comes into effect. I wonder if that is just going to be to reflect upon the situation that's just unfolded. Just pistols now. Things are going to simmer down somewhat, as we are in fact probably not live. Let's see, I wonder if we have an update from our administration team. Here we go, the restore comes through. That should set us up in a good position here now to wrap up this game. Well, I say wrap up, we're only 10 rounds into the thing, but you get the gist. Now, it's live, but I don't see a fifth player here. Is this just the full confidence? We're only against USP boys, we can do this? Yeah, don't seem so. I'm going to have to wait just a little bit more for that fifth player to reconnect. Loving some of the reactions here coming in through Twitch chat. Dad, stop downloading. I'm playing the qualifier. Unfortunately, it seems like internet issues are the plague of the day. Lots of issues here, there, and everywhere, it seems. Let's take a look at some of the other matches taking place as we speak. Of course, 4 other concurrent South American matches will be happening just as you watch this one. You can find them over on any of the StarLadder streams. Of course, that is StarLadder_CS_N, and then just drop a number, either 1, 2, 3, or 4, and that'll take you to the place you need to be. Of course, going back, I did say I'd mentioned some of the score lines as they currently stand. Looks like I'm seeing a 15-3 over in the North American Open Qualifier between the Quest and X Zone. Mythic versus Hysteria. Looking like that has yet to kick off. Meanwhile, over in Inflames versus Sharks, that's a 16... What was that? Let's see. It was a 16-12 map 1 and a 16-6 map 2. They are going to be heading into the third map, Mirage, now to settle that best of 3. Pain versus Evidence, 9-6 up. Pain are in their second map of the series, looking pretty good for them to take the 2-0 if they can keep up form. Likewise, Reapers are 11-5 up in their second map of their best of 3 after already taking the first best of 3 as well. So, looks like we are only going to see the 1 3-mapper so far. Maybe this series will be the second of the day. Do tell me, folks, I am curious, what are your favourite matches of the minor so far? Obviously, lots of different teams all trying to make their run through for the European minor, North American minor, South American minor, and so on and so on. Lots of different events all taking place. And one of the bigger topics is the fact that we have a team called Sons of Scoots now competing. Obviously, the recent rename after unfortunate scenarios happening with their past organisation. It's one of the South American teams who are rather fortunate to be able to compete, given, of course, the funding and such to really be able to make that work. Really shows when the community can come together, they can really do some good, and I think that's something the CS community can always be proud of. Folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on some lovely music for you while we do wait for things to get themselves settled here. We don't know how long this one's going to be, and I don't want to ramble away, so we'll throw some music on. I'll leave it in the game, and we will wait patiently for this game to kick back off again. We'll be back with you very, very soon, folks. Do not go anywhere.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pit on my love lights, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I'm
Hello folks, and welcome back. Of course, we're here with what has been quite a slow starting best of 3. I appreciate we've had some issues here, there, and everywhere. But we are back. We are alive and kicking. We got some CS to show you as well. Of course, it is the South American Minor, the closed qualifier, and it all starts here. Redemption versus INTZ. They're in their second map right now, and it's, well, a bit of a bloodbath. The pistols are doing some work, but they will line up, and that is going to be a problem. As it leaves just Remix with a lowly USP up against 2 AK-47s. Those Kalashnikovs are hungry. The little sharks chomping away. Let's see if they can find their prey. There we go. 6-4 will be the scoreline as the unpause comes through. And, well, the next round, pretty immediate. Looks like we are going to start to see the T-side align themselves towards outside here, getting Destiny so far deep. Might be able to do some work here. If he can find Remix, that'd be huge, but the better thing is that he's going to get so damn close without being spotted. We'll eventually find Remix. That will open up the entirety of the outside of the map now with little to no recourse for the CT side. That is an angle and a half. Look at that bad boy. Up there on the glass, looking down. No way anyone's going to catch that if they come pushing through. It's a great adaptation actually coming in from the T side there, because we have seen the CT side get a little aggressive and try and make those pushes happen. That said, kind of crumbling over towards door. Genji will pick back one, and Redemption are sort of giving away frags here, but they did have a good showing of it. Picking up a couple of kills towards door after all, really set them strong. Taking control of the bomb really added to that. But simple mistakes haunting Redemption as, you know, again, they overpeaked, they gave away opportunities. And here we stand sort of with that again. Pick after pick in to win the 1v1s. And we see the 7-4 come through. Flames now, going to set ablaze to the A site. Deagle's now looking for an opportunity as well, but unfortunately the smoke is going to block both of those things. Nice hand flash, going to go over. We'll open them up in towards ramp. Now, of course, just pistols in play, so the blob mentality is kind of the best approach here for the CT side. Wherever they can really group up and play together and overwhelm one AK is going to do pretty good for them. Unfortunately, when you're on your own, it's just very easy for those AKs to win those duels. Not really worked out so far. Bomber's gone down, of course, now, so the win condition here doesn't really exist. It's all about damage at this point. And even that seems to be a rather fruitless affair. Remix will find one, but there's the trade. Genji just watching that gun like a hawk. Not wanting to give up any sort of weaponry to the CT side here. What they don't know is Ali has an SMG, but he'll lose that anyway, so it is just going to be the CZ and Kevlar now that will get saved. There is a kit, though, on him as well, so I definitely would say there is value in carrying that forward into round 13. Are you casting Osiris after this map? It's a great question, actually. I don't know, is the honest answer. It hasn't been released yet. We have an internal discussion, like, group where we talk about everything going on with the miner. There is a group schedule, but we haven't dished out kind of what's going on with the next maps, because obviously, as you guys have seen, we've had a couple of delays of getting going, etc. And we don't want that to affect the other matches as well. So we're just trying to figure out when people are going to play, and if people need to hold their games, if the games are going to start prior to these games being finished, and just kind of scheduling shenanigans is the short answer. So once I know kind of what the plan is for this stream, then I'll let you know as well. But I will be with you at least for another best of 3 this evening. And likewise, a lot more of the South American coverage as well, alongside some of the China stuff. So, yeah, by all means, keep an eye on my Twitter if you want to know who and where and what I'm up to, I suppose. You can find me on Twitter, of course, at FlakesTV. Just a little shameless plug there. I can kind of get away with it, though, because you asked. So it's kind of it's a win-win, I suppose. With that said, let's not miss the CS at hand. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. Of course, a 1-to-1 duel so far. A bit of map control has been taken towards outside. Ali will go for the quick punish, but Cello is so far deep in towards outside again. He's just able to get away with it, and the beauty of it is, FP wants to rotate, which means he's caught by Zan. Then Zan looks up to heaven, finds another kill. This man is on a riot right now, and there's no one there to stop him. Only Cryo remains. He's got an AWP and a 1v3. I couldn't think of a more dastardly situation for him, especially with the bomb being planted down on A. His options may well be over. The man doesn't even have a kit, just to really add insult to injury. I think the biggest option in front of him is, do you save the AWP boom or the AWP hasn't? He will actually get himself a kill, so perhaps a little bit more credit needs to be given to him, but even then, unfortunately, the situation is just out of his hands, I think. Cello just holding up in the way he is, sitting on top of this hut. Really is no way in. Yellow's going to sneak up alongside. This might even be a knife, if not just a simple headshot. And there you go. No disrespect, of course, to Cryo, but there was just simply no real viable way in for that round for him. His teammates falling just put him in an impossible scenario. Potentially Mercer, we don't really know is the honest answer. Lots of things are happening and changing right now, so we'll have to see. This round, of course, nice and clean for the most part. The weaponry really wasn't there for the CT side, so it shouldn't be a huge issue for it to be closed out. I do know that there are a couple of games. So Red Kalunga versus Sons of Scoots will start at 2100 BRT. And that will likely start off-stream, I believe. And I can tell you what I'm doing now. I am actually casting the Osiris matchup. Over on the third stream will be... yeah, will be the Sons of Scoots matchup. After, of course, that previous game concludes. And then on the fourth stream... I'm actually not too sure who they'll be casting. But I do know that, yeah, it's W7M versus 9Z and over in Stream 1. And over on Stream 2 it is going to be the Osiris matchup, which is right here with me. Now with that said, let's not miss the CS at hand. It is a bit of a bloodbath on A right now. Team's getting very aggressive through her. FP1 in a weird position, but nonetheless, we'll still be taken on down. That is going to put us in this 4-on-3. And that's now where we sit. It's a waiting game. What's going to happen, Ali? Don't peek it, buddy. No, walking into a frag grenade. It was playing to his advantage, but... unfortunately, still losing the duel. And I mean, folks, we've got to talk about the one area of the map that Redemption have just been really quite poor at on their CT side. It's this little bit of the area called Heaven. They got to hold on to Heaven. They got to hold on to outside, because every single round, in the past 5 rounds, they've lost outside control. They've seen a lurker come through Heaven, and he's got 1 or 2 kills. It's been a recurring situation for them, and it's heartbreaking to see because they're giving away a lot of these rounds that otherwise would be much more competitive. But this is done. It's going to be an 11-4 half. Remix, no way he's going to pull off a hero 1v4. Unfortunately not today. Which means the half is secured. It will be heavily in favour of our T side. A pistol for them, and we could be seeing a very quick 2-0 here after all. I think your name is pronounced Dash Dash. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But yes, you are correct. We'll be streaming Asurus versus Falcol in the next match. Apologize if I butcher any team pronunciations there. What I do know is that I love Falco's logo. It's incredible. The thing's adorable. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's adorable. With that said, the pistols will kick off, and it's so critical. This one works out for the T side. It will go quick 1-for-1 trade as they come bundling down through ramp and in towards the B side, respectively. A couple of good positions from the CT side could make this a little difficult. Losing KNG like that as well is just going to be insult to injury. Imagine this one is now pretty much lock and key. Bomb going to be denied. Cello being patient, but surely not going to give him the 1v1s here. That actually could have been pretty bad. They did sort of line up for him. Thankfully, they just spammed him down, though. That will bag the pistol around for redemption and buy them a bit of a lifeline here as they build into their second half. Maybe just a large ball of terrorists now heading their way down through ramp. Kind of a repeat of their pistol, to be honest. Being very slow and steady here, pushing their way through, opening the door as they spot out a couple of CTs. Cryer will secure first blood as he will just continue to clear things out. Cello's so low that that's an easy frag to find. Bomb plant should be coming through any moment now, and from there the round will be just quite simply a 6-4 redemption here. Of course, CT's not going to be too worried just yet. They have got a bit of a buffer built up, but this is something they need to stay on top of here as they do look for their first buy. Yeah, certainly spot on, someone 889. They did lose the map 23-25. It was an incredible series, in all honesty. We didn't quite get to witness the end of OT, but we did watch the first 30 rounds, and it really was quite back and forth. With that said, it's only been a short side of life for the T side so far. I need to see a little bit more consistency from them if I'm going to start buying in to their lifeline in this tournament. Let's see. Is it the same play again? Just taking ramp control. Looks like it is. All grouping up, just being where they need to be. Destiny has got himself rotated now into a good position here, just playing over, of course, in the radio room. Smoke will go down, so it's going to make life a little more difficult for them as they come pushing on through. Zan playing close, only good for one, but Destiny again in the crossfire. This is what we need to be seeing right now. What will he be able to get done? Yellow opening up the doorway, so far so good. That's two for him, peppering down the bomb carrier, in fact, and it goes from bad to worse. The man's found a triple kill all through a doorway. They call him Holdor as he is just pinning that doorway down. George R. R. Martin would be proud. The scoreline 12-6. And a rather broken T-side now. Only 3650, 3400 and so on. It's really just a poor economy for the T-side. Gonna have to be just pistols in play and a potential 13th on the board here for the CT side, or at least a shot at a 13th that's gonna be a lot easier than if they're against that full buy. Monkey, yes, we will be covering the Osiris game once this best of 3 concludes. I have had a couple of delays, that is why we're a little behind on this best of 3, but do bear with us as we try and wrap this one up. Of course, at our second map, if you have just joined us, it was a 23-25 overtime in the first map, so it's been a bit all over the place, but we'll have to see now how this one pans out. It's going to be an A-site burst from Redemption, and it's kind of worked out. The CZ took first blood, the bomb then got planted, they've got vent control, they've got up control as well. Destiny will find one if they try and burst on the site, but the trade is there almost instantaneously. Lovely stuff. The only downside is they've now got out through heaven, and this could be the breaker in this round. Let's tip over the edge. Yell playing close to the smoke, and it'll be the USB that forces this one over tipping point. The fuse to be found, and the 13th will come through,
Bomb has been defused.
leaving the CT side 3 away from bagging themselves to 2-0 and moving forward in this qualifier. Really felt like that was a winnable round, to be honest, because they had everything they needed. The only area they fell short was rather ironically Heaven. We talked about it sort of in the past. In the first half, Heaven was a real big issue. Of course, we saw it from the T side. Now we're seeing it on the other side as well. Nonetheless, a good opportunity presented itself for Redemption to sit back, chat a little bit, assess their next options. Oh, the spam! Oh, that is incredible. Second time we've seen it this game now. It's absolutely a disgusting pick to find, it really is. Fair play to them though. KNG though, look at this. Creeping up through outside, getting very aggressive. FP though, seemingly aware of that fact, will spot him, but KNG too quick. Too mighty with the AWP. We'll trade things back to a 4-on-4. I imagine the CT side will know that it's going to be this A-site play. No one has checked towards the side event though. That's going to be a problem. It will go back and forth in the end, favoring this T-site. Aware that Heaven is going to be an issue, they double molly it off, as the bomb will find its way down. Now, San has to come up through vent. We know that for a fact. And likewise, his teammate has two choices, either vent or outside. Oh, don't leave the AWP to cover vent. No! Boys, not like this. Didn't need that trade to come through. Your saving grace is that KNG has the AWP, but you're giving him 1v1s. That's not what we like to see. Could well peek into him, and they will. Should not be a one-on-one there, though. Cutting it down to the wire. But they still pull through. A round is theirs. And they will hang on, but an instant pause called by the T side, using their second one in this matchup, just to try and talk things through, because that was by no means a clean finish. Off the doorway, but it is open. Aggression meanwhile through Hut. KNG taking the brunt of the damage as he pushes on through, and well, not only does he lose his life, but his teammate does as well. It's an absolute bloodbath on the A site. Redemption come out swinging as they find every single frag bar one. Ali, of course, paying the price for that. That leaves Hassan all alone and his AWP sitting outside. His teammates have died so fast he didn't even have a chance to rotate. That is going to be an easy 8th. The game not quite closed out just yet. Of course, folks, if you do want to get involved in a matchup, there is multiple ways you can do it. You can talk in the chat, we can have a little discussion, but also you can put your money where your mouth is. You can get involved in this series, of course, by going to our good friends over at GGBet. I'll bring the odds up on your screen for you right now. Let's see if I can do my job right. There we go. You can see the odds, of course, for the second map here. 11.29 to the 1.02. That's pretty one-sided odds if I've ever seen them before. Of course, these odds are live updating, so you got to get at them while you still can. GGBet, of course, the place to go if you want to access those. Of course, all of the minor matches can be found over on GGBet. Oh, with that said, let's dive back into this best of 3. I imagine here, to be honest, we're not going to see too much, given the money situation on this CT side. There's going to be a whole lot of USPs. And maybe a hero AWP. You can find a pick or two, try and get weapons onto the CT side. But it looks like Redemption are just going with what works, which is just hold W on towards the A site. Kind of worked for them every round so far when you think about it, so don't see any reason not to. Always a funny one when you get USP'd. His teammate will trade though, so the AK will not be kept. But the result still very much the same.
Terrorists win.
Much better weaponry in play now. Your M4 mixture plus the AWP, of course. That is quite an interesting smoke. The block off vent allows someone to find their way down. FP1, of course, the man to do it. I wonder what he'll be able to get up to here. Here's the question. Yell's going to drop down, gives himself up, and that's when FP's position now is going to be known. Oh, Destiny, buddy. 19 HP just through the start of the smoke there. So unfortunate. That's when situations seem to just go from bad to worse for them now. At least there's some time to work with though. FP is low as well, so Zan might be able to trade this. Gets aggressive and, well, does just that. Aware that there's going to be some presence towards door. Should be able to finish this one off and, well, it's working out exceptionally well for him, to be honest. The fact he's still alive is a bit of a laughing stock. Sherlock will have to pin down the A site. They thought about double backing and really trying to take that, but instead we'll get punished for it. Now they have a choice to make B or A. Could be a bit of a tough one. If they go towards B, they're walking into an AWP. There you have it, they do. Oh, KNG, buddy. You're hitting your shots, but he didn't hit that one, and that nearly gave the round away. Now you just got to hope that he's smart and waits for his teammate. No need to peek this on your own. You give away the one-on-one, and yeah, you put it all into Cello's hands. Yes, the position is known, so at least there's that, and well, Ali's pre-firing things that frankly don't exist, so that's a huge help for you. Know exactly how to play into it, but even then, this is an incredibly hard duel to hit. Cello just going to shut the door, get straight on the defuse, bait the 10 seconds. Ali now knows that he's not on it, and there's likely no kit in play. From there, I imagine he'll spring on away. Ooh, just going to get it, but if he can get the kit in time, there might be a chance, but that's not going to happen. That's unfortunate, and it begs the question, why not wait for your teammate? Why take the peak, KNG, when you're all alone? when you could do it together with your teammate and guarantee at least a 2-on-1 or a trade kill or something of the sort. That's real tough, though. Giving so many way back in for redemption, I feel like. You know, this should be a simple round, or simple game even. This CT side to wrap up, but they really are struggling in quite some simple scenarios, to be honest. You got yourself a 2-on-1 there. That's a great example. Less 13-10. An advantage still in play for the CT side, but you have to be so careful here not to throw it away. There we go though, the push gears up. It is going to be just another A crunch. Upside could be heaven, but being smoked off will make life rather tough, and every single pick on the site itself is going the way of redemption. That literally leaves only heaven, and while the smoke fades, and they just set it ablaze instead, giving no opportunity for any impact to be found at all. It's been a lockout performance from redemption in this round. Looking hungry to force us to that third map. Of course, it is Dust 2, so a much more Angel-heavy map, I would say, than what we see on Nuke, which has a little bit more of a tactical element to it. The upside for the CTs is they've got money in their bank that allows them to continue a stream of rebuys, but that money only lasts for so long. Looks like Redemption are honestly setting up for the exact same play from the previous round, which is just this A crunch. Smoke will slow them down somewhat, I imagine, but even then, Redemption, their flashes have been on point. It's been really one good part about the T side. They have struggled elsewhere in a lot of different scenarios. The push comes through, the Org going to be held, the Org lets rip, but only good for one as the trade almost comes through immediately. Yellow's going to die through though, and that, the drive-by headshot. Stealing the kill on Remix as Cello finishes off Cryo. Finally a change of pace for the CT side as they will crack down on Redemption's aggression. They won't deny the bomb plant though. If you would like to say something, folks, I'm all ears. I'm happy to have a chat. We are sort of bringing it to be quite a casual show. With that said, though, unfortunately, it's got to be in English, otherwise I can't speak Portuguese. I see Caster, for example, but that's about all I can make out. So if you do want to have a chat, feel free to drop it in the chat. But just keep that in mind. That'd be great. If only there was a Google Translate that just worked nice and easy. I could just play over the mic. Problem solved. KNG, going to open up one towards outside rather nicely. Ali, though, very close to the wall of smokes here. If he can flash himself over, maybe even think about diving on in towards A, could be an opportunity. Likewise, though, this outside control has been rather beneficial. This time around, it's got him into secret, so changing it up somewhat. I like it, but there are always risks. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and the problem for Redemption is they don't have the rounds to really be experimenting with. Of course, their opponent on 14, looking for 50, and that would be series point. Already with a frag advantage. He will continue to group up, though. Destiny, however, coming in from behind, could well find the bomb carrier, which will change the outcome of the round, almost certainly. Now they're getting tagged up by Yell, spotted, and taken down. Yell only receiving about 40 HPs worth of damage. It's exactly what they want in that scenario. Cello then finding the kill as they make the push on towards A. He'll communicate everything that's going on, and that sets the round up perfectly. Bomb carrier dropped, second kill comes through, both in favour of Yell. And there you have it. Series point picked up. 4 of them, in fact, for our CT side. Very, very close to closing this one out now. Their opponents only able to defend themselves with a mixture of pistols and potentially some SMGs. KNG. Well, FP just gonna end it there and then. Second time we've seen that sort of accidental suicide in this series. Looks like, though, we are pretty much done. Just remix remaining. Likely going to be that 16-11 scoreline and a 2-0 for the CT side. Folks, I know you're waiting for a big game that you're all hyped to see, but bear with us. Let us wrap this one up first. There we go. 16-11 will be the final scoreline. Let's see what you all have to say. There was one English message which definitely was helpful. Not really sure what the rest are, though, unfortunately. I can see me getting added a few times, which is great, but it's a little tough. With that said, folks, I know what you're all waiting for, so we'll head right to it. We'll be back in a short break, and then we'll dive into what will be Asurus, and hopefully quite the matchup, Asurus versus Falcon, of course, here in the American Minor South American Closed Qualifier.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.